Hello YouTube, and today I'm just going to be doing a short overview of FCE or FCE Ultra. It's an NES emulator, and for some reason no one uses it anymore because a new version of it came out called FCE UX. But this is the original and it's so much better. So basically, you can open up any NES ROM with it. It'll say that, don't even pay attention to that. And here's just the original Mario Bros. Image, or ROM. And as you can see, it plays completely normal. Nothing really special about this. It's just on a computer. That's the only difference. So, why is this better? Well, the main reason is because when you go to the NES tab and you go to cheats, it's this window as opposed to another window in FCE UX. And why this is so much better is because it has this one little button right here called Add Game Genie. And if you didn't know, Game Genie used to be something that you plugged into the NES that would let you enter codes that would change the game. And it worked on any game. It would just change addresses. And it's so useful because it's so easy to use. For example, one really popular code was called PigPog. And you type that in the name field, leave everything else blank, don't worry about anything else, and just click Add Game Genie. Then you can go to NES and reset. And now the whole game is just completely wacky. As you can see, it has those crazy bullet bills dropping. That has a little platform here, another glitched out bullet bill. Everything is screwed up. Pretty much just the enemies. Star power is still pretty much the same. It's just past this point. What I like is that sometimes it just randomly freezes. And then you'd have to reset. But yeah, that's the PigPog code. And this isn't the only thing you can do with this emulator. As you can see here, you can go to config. It has all this stuff. Mainly the main thing you use here would be input. And if you want to change the controls, which I did, is you go to configure. And you worry about virtual gamepad 1, which would be player 1. And here you can put for each input a different key. So up I put to W, down I put to S, left A, right D, select tab, etc., etc. And that's how I play. Because the default setup for this is pretty retarded, I would say. So I just use that. By the way, you can use an actual game controller for this if you configure it correctly. I'm not sure how. I used to have an old USB controller that I used all the time, but I like using the keyboard better now. And you have no idea how hard it was to find this, so for your convenience I'm just going to put this emulator in the description for you, and you can have fun with this. I'll also put the Super Mario Bros. Original ROM in the description for you as well, to make your life a lot easier. And as you can see, this code is a little different every time. And this isn't the only code. There are many codes, and you can just experiment. This is another very popular one. It's called IKAAE. And this is one of the more popular ones. And it just completely screws up everything. As you can see, it screws up the sprites, it screws up the power-ups, it screws up the sound especially. As you can see, Mario just divided into halves, and it makes the game just a lot harder to play. And then it'll screw up randomly. So that's how you use the Game Genie, and yeah, fun with all this. Goodbye.